You're about to learn why so many women don't really understand what actually captures a man's attention and mind. The surprising truth is, it's not what most people think. While the focus is often on looks, style, or flirting techniques, the real key lies in deeper psychological triggers that make a man unable to stop thinking about you. Tonight, I'll share 6 powerful secrets that create lasting mental impressions on men. These are not cheap tricks. They're rooted in real psychology and in the unique way the male brain processes attraction and builds memories. What makes these insights so different? They work because they touch on something most people miss: the quiet but huge difference between simply catching attention and creating true fascination. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what makes you unforgettable in his thoughts, not only for a short moment but throughout the night and possibly far beyond. These aren't complicated strategies, they're small adjustments anyone can make. The shocking part is that many women unknowingly do the opposite of what works, which actually pushes away the very men they hope to attract. Stay with me as I uncover each secret, and you'll never think about male attraction in the same way again. Men's minds work in very distinct ways when it comes to attraction. Studies show that the male brain lights up in specific neural pathways when they meet someone who leaves a lasting impression. This isn't just about surface-level beauty, it's about psychological connections that literally reshape their thought patterns. What causes these thoughts to stick? Brain scans show something amazing. When men have meaningful interactions with someone they feel drawn to, their hippocampus, the brain's memory center, shows more activity, along with the brain's reward system. This combination forms a mental loop that makes thoughts of you come back again and again, often late at night. Many people don't realize an important fact about male psychology. Men don't usually obsess about the exact words exchanged. Instead, they replay the feeling an interaction gave them. This emotional echo creates what experts call intrusive thoughts, the kind that appear suddenly during random quiet moments, like when he's driving or lying in bed. Research in relationship psychology reveals that men actually have nearly 3 times more intrusive thoughts about possible partners than they openly admit. And it's not always about romance or physical desire. More often, it's reflective, thoughts about compatibility, connection, and meaning. Brain chemistry has a powerful role too. When someone makes a strong impression, the male brain releases dopamine and norepinephrine. These chemicals boost focus, increase pleasure, and strengthen memory storage. This mix basically burns your image and presence into his brain. Studies of men's thought habits found something unexpected. Conversations with emotional depth actually leave stronger memory traces than purely physical encounters. When you show real feelings, share personal truths, or allow vulnerability, it triggers his natural protective instincts and gives him a sense of unique access to your inner world. Another surprising truth is that time itself can feel different in the male mind during meaningful interactions. A short exchange for you could replay in his mind like a movie, with extra details and added meaning for hours or even days. His brain stretches the value of that moment, searching for patterns and signals of deeper connection. That's why small interactions can turn into major anchors in his memory. Men's brains are wired to seek meaning and patterns, and when you activate that system in new or unexpected ways, you basically hack into his thought loops, making his mind circle back to you. Authentic talks create mental imprints that small talk never can, yet most women stick to surface-level exchanges, basic facts, general questions, or routine opinions. These leave no emotional trace, but psychology shows that deeper, genuine conversations trigger a whole different reaction in the male brain, one that keeps him mentally engaged long after the moment has passed. What makes these conversations hit harder? Researchers point to emotional reciprocity, a balanced exchange where both share gradually more personal insights. It doesn't mean exposing deep secrets right away. Instead, it's about a natural flow of talk that feels safe but slightly revealing. Men's brains flag these talks as important, worth replaying, and worth keeping in memory. Studies reveal that men often replay conversations where they felt truly seen and heard. These rank high in their most remembered experiences. That happens because real discussions light up different brain systems at the same time: thinking, emotional, and memory centers. The result is stronger mental wiring and longer-lasting impressions. Many women make the mistake of asking standard predictable questions like, "What do you do?" or "Where are you from?" These spark no mental stickiness. Instead, asking thoughtful, unusual questions makes him feel mentally alive and emotionally connected. For example, what's something new you've been learning that excites you? Or which part of your work gives you real satisfaction? Questions like these activate deeper thinking and make the interaction unforgettable. Another key factor is selective vulnerability. When you reveal something a little unexpected, like a personal challenge, a unique opinion, or a different perspective, it interrupts his normal thinking patterns. Psychologists call this a pattern break. His brain exits autopilot and shifts into high engagement mode, making the moment much more memorable. Body language matters deeply as well. Research proves that real eye contact while someone speaks shows genuine interest, not just waiting for your turn. This small but powerful signal registers in the male brain as being valued for his thoughts, not only his looks or status. Many men report that the conversations they think about most are those where they felt respected and mentally appreciated, not just complimented or flirted with. This goes against much of the common advice that focuses only on looks and charm. The truth is, the male brain hungers for intellectual connection alongside emotional and physical chemistry. Very few women truly take advantage of this. Confidence, too, has a magnetic force that sticks in men's minds long after the meeting is over. Brain imaging shows something stunning. Seeing genuine self-confidence in someone lights up the same reward centers in the male brain as seeing physical beauty. This builds a powerful psychological mark that their minds circle back to, analyzing and replaying the interaction again and again, sometimes all through the night. Why is confidence so magnetic? Science points toward evolutionary psychology. For thousands of years, humans evolved to see confidence as a signal of ability and strength. When men meet someone showing natural self-belief, their brains automatically flag that person as important, someone worth more thought and attention. Research on male attraction shows that confident behavior creates what experts call attractive ambiguity. Men can't quickly label or dismiss confident women who aren't chasing approval. This mental gap pushes their brains to keep working, trying to understand and interpret signals. Each time they revisit these thoughts, it strengthens the mental pathways linked to you. Many people confuse confidence with being loud or bossy, but real confidence shows up in subtle ways: keeping steady eye contact, speaking at a calm pace, taking up natural space, and most of all, not putting yourself down with apologetic words or constant seeking of reassurance. These signals slip past conscious thought and register directly in deeper brain centers. Confident posture sends strong non-verbal signals that men pick up without realizing. Standing upright with your shoulders back shows inner strength. Moving with calm, deliberate actions instead of rushing suggests assurance. Making choices without endless doubt signals competence. Over time, these small behaviors add up and leave a lasting image of someone who knows their value. Brain science also explains why confidence leaves such strong impressions. When men encounter genuine self-assurance in someone they're drawn to, their brains release higher amounts of norepinephrine, a chemical that boosts attention and memory. This reaction marks the memory of you as important, giving it priority in his thoughts. Psychologists also found that confident people who sometimes break small social norms make even deeper impressions. This could mean politely sharing an unpopular view, turning down a drink when everyone else accepts one, or calmly setting a boundary where most would give in. These little acts of independence show inner freedom, which men find fascinating. Their minds return to these moments, wondering what gives someone such calm strength. Interestingly, admitting real struggles can make you appear even more confident. Research shows that a person secure enough to share challenges while still carrying themselves with assurance creates a mix of signals in others' minds. This complexity makes you far more interesting than someone who pretends to be perfectly strong, or, on the other side, shows constant neediness. Both extremes are quickly judged and forgotten, but a balance of strength and honesty keeps you in his thoughts. Another often missed tool is the power of unexpected compliments. Typical praise, like noting looks or obvious achievements, barely touches memory because men hear it too often. Brain research shows that predictable compliments don't stick. They're processed as routine social currency, not as real connection. But specific, thoughtful observations about subtle traits trigger what scientists call a recognition response. This happens when you notice something a man values inside himself but rarely hears mentioned. It might be his ability to stay calm in tough situations, his problem-solving mind, or the unique way he looks at issues. These kinds of compliments signal that you've truly been paying attention to him beyond the surface. Studies prove that men replay unexpected compliments about 7 times more often than predictable ones. This is because fresh, surprising feedback disrupts normal social patterns, forcing the brain to process it deeper. The mind essentially labels the moment as important and keeps reflecting on it. Many women miss how powerful it is to compliment effort instead of just results. When you recognize the thought, energy, or care someone put in, even if the outcome wasn't perfect, it leaves a much stronger mark than praising results. This builds a sense of being genuinely understood, not judged. Noticing the little things builds what relationship experts call validation intimacy. When you remember small details, like a book he mentioned weeks ago, the effort he put into solving a problem, or a subtle improvement in his work, it shows a rare attentiveness. This kind of recognition makes his mind replay the moment because he feels truly seen. Even more powerful are compliments about positive traits he didn't even know he was showing. Saying something like, "I appreciate how you let everyone share their view before giving yours," or "I noticed you included that quieter person in the group," makes him aware of his quiet strengths. This creates both happiness and reflection, leaving him curious and thoughtful long after. The timing of compliments is just as important as the words themselves. Psychology shows that spontaneous observations during casual, everyday moments bypass doubt and feel more real than rehearsed praise given at obvious times. A short, thoughtful comment during a simple interaction has far more staying power than grand praise at expected moments. This surprise factor adds replay value because his brain treats it as a break from normal social scripts. Compliments that point out growth over time are especially powerful. When you notice positive changes in his habits, mindset, or patience, it proves you've been paying attention. For example, saying, "I've noticed you've become more patient during tough talks," validates his personal growth. This type of recognition creates a deeper, layered impression that stays with him long after. Mystery is another powerful element. The male brain is wired to solve puzzles and fill in missing pieces. Neuroscience confirms that partial information triggers what researchers call a curiosity gap, a state where the brain is driven to close the missing details. By leaving some parts of yourself as unspoken or not fully revealed, you create mental open loops that his brain keeps trying to close. This means he'll keep thinking about you, trying to imagine the full picture. Most people get mystery wrong. They think it means being hard to read, acting distant, or playing games. But true mystery comes from genuine depth, having real layers to your personality that unfold over time instead of being shown all at once. Brain studies reveal that discovering new sides of someone gradually triggers repeated dopamine releases, setting off a reward loop in the brain that makes thoughts keep returning to you. Research on attraction shows that people who open up little by little, instead of revealing everything right away, create much stronger mental engagement. This slow unfolding activates the brain's pattern recognition system as it tries to build a full picture from incomplete details. That process process continues in the background even when you're no longer there. Psychology shows something fascinating about memory. Humans remember unfinished experiences more vividly than completed ones. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect. It explains why an interaction with unanswered questions or incomplete stories keeps pulling a man's thoughts back as his brain works toward closure. Contrast also builds intrigue. When someone has qualities that seem opposite, sharp analytical thinking yet deep emotional awareness, assertive confidence yet real kindness, strong focus yet playful spontaneity, it sparks what experts call cognitive dissonance. The brain has to spend extra energy reconciling these differences, which makes him think about you longer. Studies also show that people who hold certain boundaries and don't reveal every opinion, story, or feeling right away leave deeper impressions than those who share everything instantly. This isn't about pretending, it's about knowing that meaningful connection grows through gradually earned closeness instead of instant full access. Neuroscientists studying attraction discovered that unpredictability in positive interactions makes memory stronger than consistent patterns. When someone is sometimes playful, sometimes thoughtful, sometimes warm, and other times self-focused, their behavior can't be neatly placed in one category. This complexity keeps the brain active, replaying and analyzing. Many studies confirm that people who keep their independence and don't immediately adapt to others create far more mental engagement. Having your own views, limits, and priorities, even when they don't line up with his, shows true individuality. This not only sparks curiosity, but also creates respect, a powerful mix that lingers in his mind well after you've left. Human interest is fueled by novelty and discovery. Brain research proves that each time someone learns something new about a person they're drawn to, it sparks fresh dopamine and norepinephrine release, boosting alertness, memory, and pleasure. By letting parts of yourself be revealed step by step, you create a steady stream of these rewards that keep his brain hooked. Surprise has an even bigger role in memory. Neuroscience shows that unexpected moments trigger a surge of norepinephrine, which stamps the experience in memory with a strong "remember this" tag. When interactions are predictable, the brain treats them as routine and saves little detail. But surprises bypass those filters, leaving bright, lasting memories that pop up later during quiet reflection. Many women use the same social patterns men have seen hundreds of times. Safe questions, safe answers, and safe behaviors. These fade quickly, but even small breaks in those patterns push the male brain into heightened focus, increasing both emotional connection and memory strength. Research tracking eye movements and pupil changes found that men show quick bursts of heightened attention when someone does something slightly unexpected during a regular exchange. It could be offering a surprising opinion, revealing knowledge in an area he didn't expect, or responding in a way that goes against stereotypes. These little disruptions spark mental processing that doesn't stop when the moment ends. Psychologists call this effect flashbulb memory, a clear, vivid mental snapshot that resists fading. Normal conversations blur together, but a surprising interaction gets locked in with unusual clarity. That's why breaking social patterns in a genuine way makes you stand out even if others share similar qualities. Dopamine also spikes higher during positive surprises. This reaction evolved to help humans remember new information that might be important for survival. Today, the same mechanism makes people more drawn to those who bring unexpected joy or novelty. Each surprise rewards his brain for focusing on you, reinforcing the cycle of attention and memory. Another overlooked aspect is cross-context surprise, showing unexpected depth in areas that don't fit your first impression. For example, a serious professional who knows a lot about motorcycles, a quiet person taking charge in a crisis, or someone with a science background displaying strong artistic talent. These contrasts break mental labels and force the brain to keep processing. Novelty directly stimulates the brain's reward systems. Research using brain scans shows that sharing something new with someone activates the same pathways as other sources of pleasure. This builds a strong link between you and positive feelings, which his brain will want to revisit again and again. Men often report that interactions with surprise stick in their minds far more than predictable ones. Timing also plays a major role. Psychology research shows that adding small, unexpected elements after trust and comfort are already built creates stronger bonding than offering them immediately. This sequencing uses what scientists call violation of expectation. The brain builds a working picture of who you are, then becomes more alert when that picture needs updating with new details. Research in cognitive psychology shows that surprise gives memory an advantage, meaning it is stored and recalled more easily than routine experiences. When many women follow the same social patterns, they end up competing for the same small space in memory. But by adding real and unexpected elements, you place yourself in a completely different mental category, one that the brain gives special priority when recalling during quiet moments or late-night reflection. Men often think in ways women do not fully realize. The science behind why thoughts linger shows important truths about attraction that go far beyond appearance or common dating tips. By learning the brain pathways that create lasting impressions, you now hold knowledge that very few people ever discover. The 6 ideas I've shared today, the psychology of lingering thoughts, authentic conversations that matter, the confidence effect, unexpected compliments and remarks, mystery and depth, and the element of surprise, work together to build a lasting impression that keeps you in his mind long after you've gone. What makes these methods powerful is that they don't require you to change who you are at the core. Instead, they guide you to show your true self in ways that match how the male brain naturally processes and remembers meaningful connections. This isn't about tricking or manipulating anyone. It's about understanding real psychological attraction. The most important insight here may be knowing that long-term attraction forms from mental and emotional connection, not just from physical pull. By creating experiences that stimulate his mind on different levels, you place yourself apart from the usual predictable patterns he has already experienced countless times. As you think about these ideas tonight, remember that authenticity will always be the strongest quality. These psychological tools work only because they allow your true self to shine and be valued in ways that spark meaningful mental engagement. If you found these lessons helpful, tap the like button. It allows others to find this knowledge too. And if you'd like more psychological insights that shift the way you see relationships, make sure you subscribe to our channel today. Each week, we dig deep into the science of human connection, showing truths that can completely reshape how you approach love and attraction. Hit subscribe now and discover what most people may never learn about building genuine and lasting attraction.